The year in review and a mystical look at 2025. This is A&M. Good evening, Aspenia. I am Robbie Origami, here to present you with 2024's year in review. With me is my co-news anchor,
Snoopit Scoopit.
Snoopit Gloobit?
Snoopit Scoopit.
Gloobit Snoopit?
Snoopit Scoopit.
Snoopit Toopit.
Goddamn Aspenians.
Anyway, this year started off great with Aspenia not existing. It continued to be great with Aspenia still not existing, which was a sad and harrowing time for most of us, except for me, because I didn't exist either. And so, on July 2nd, 2024, our brave and wonderful princess founded Aspenia. And how do you feel about that, Snoopit Gloopit?
Oh, you finally pronounced my name right. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome, Snoopit Gloopit. Now get on.
I think that, the princess is great, and we should all just be thankful for her foundings in this land.
Yes, and she should definitely inherit the throne, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and not Ben. This year was incredibly exciting for Aspenians, because Aspenia became a thing. You see, what started out to be humble plans to create a great nation soon blossomed into something that is real and tangible and legal until proven otherwise. It started out with the princess founding the lordship of Siku Field last year. It was then turned into La Terre de la Rivière, which was only a concept in her mind, but then she renamed it to Aspenia because she's very creative. Then, on July 2nd, 2024, the citizenships for the current and first members of Aspenia were printed, and Aspenia began to function as its own country. And not long after, the first edition of the Weekly Wire was released and had been released every Friday until summer's end. Now, the first edition of the Weekly Wire was something so troubling and horrible that we hope will never happen again, because even though it'd be really good news, we hope it would never happen. Is the War with Nowhere. The Great Pickle War. There were great tensions and horrible things done on Nowhere's side. Aspenia was entirely innocent. We didn't do anything wrong. We did not kidnap their children. And the war continued all summer and throughout the autumn. Now, a de-escalation was made, but no official treaties were signed, meaning Aspenia was at war. Continuing on, we went from overgrown and horrible trails, as seen here, to something all Aspenians can be proud of, as our great and humble king removed the bush and the brush and all of these things and cleared the path for the great Aspenian trails. We named our roads. We cleared a new trail up in Moosewater to connect us to a new swimming spot. We did so many great things. I mean, glory be to Aspenia. Praise be to the monarchy. I hate democracy. SOS. Continuing on, a historic deal was made with the MHA of the Buckens to Grand Falls area of Newfoundland and Labrador, Chris Tibbs, who signed Aspenia's Declaration of Independence. That's right. We got a very real politician to recognize Aspenia, and all of this in the span of only a few months. And we got Clifford Small, a member of Parliament, to sign a piece of paper saying that Aspenia is a country. Sure, that doesn't mean squat internationally, but it is a step in the right direction. We emailed Andrew Fury about our independence. Now, he hasn't gotten back to us yet, but we also have 5 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Thank you, guys. Now, moving on. In the autumn, most of our citizens left. It was just Darren, His Royal Highness Prince Ben, and for a brief period, the president, Hassan Cannoli. Now, never trust His Royal Highness Ben to be on his own, because he tried to get himself mauled by a bear. Moving on, the first baby was born in Aspenia, and was promptly awarded the Baby of the Year award. There wasn't much competition, but it was still fierce. In November, long-awaited amendments to the Constitution were made, with the first bills in Hispanic history, signed by the King and Queen. They changed many things, and those many things you don't get to know, because you don't have rights. Moving on, finally, today, New Year's Eve, a peace deal was finally signed with Nowhere, ending the Pickle War and making us be allies. So, what a prosperous and wonderful year for this young nation. Now, let's look at what next year has in store. Please, take it away, Barry.
Thank you, Robbie. Let us gaze into the future through the crystal ball. The orb tells me that the future will hold many great surprises, many projects. The princess is planning on building a train connecting the guide villa to the border. That's not all. The king wants to connect the guide villa to Starlink. I can sense more recognition for Aspenia, more popularity. I can sense 3 new citizens. Another great year ahead of us. Back to studio.
Thank you, Barry, for that very interesting report. And don't mind that the camera shifted. A raccoon came in here and peed on everything. Alright, well, before we send off, do you have anything you'd like to add, Schnoopala Doopala?
That is not my name. My name is Snoopet Goopet. And it is Snoopet Goopet.
I said the same thing. I don't see the difference. I don't hear the difference. But do you have anything to add?
I understand why you hate this job.
Okay, well, before we send off, I guess, Happy New Year to everyone, and, 10 seconds to midnight! Well, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! Happy New Year! Oh, wait, it is still 7 o'clock.
Well, I'm gonna take a nap.
Alright! Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next summer on ANN!